Well, Dr. Nelson, thank you so much as always for taking some time with us. The Secretary of State Marco Rubio says today is one of the most significant days for world peace in the last 50 years. The president corrected him, said 100 years, and he agreed with that. How significant is this day when it comes to peace in the Middle East and this deal between Israel and Hamas?
Well, I don't know if it's, more significant than VE Day or something that, brought the end of World War II, brought the end to World War II, but I do think it's significant. Absolutely, to get this war with Hamas in Gaza winding down is a significant event. The thing about this deal is that there's much more to be decided, and there are many places where it could go wrong. So it's a joyful day. Hostages are back. Prisoners have been exchanged. People are, coming out of hiding in Gaza and beginning to get food again and medical supplies. I mean, these are all fantastic things. But I think it'll take a little time before we know if this is a real turning point in the Middle East. And we can look back and say, yes, that was when peace really did begin to break out in a troubled region of the world.
When you talk about the turning point, or maybe that crucial point in bringing peace to that troubled area of the world, we talked about those hostages. How significant is that they have now been released, and how much of a factor is that going to play moving forward as those negotiations continue?
Well, that was the real sticking point for Israel. Without the hostages, they just couldn't feel comfortable winding up this war. And for Hamas, the hostages were their last bargaining chip. So, in some sense, Hamas has had to give up something really big to end the fighting. And the question is, from this point on, can the Israelis get the get Hamas to agree to disarm, for instance, agree to pull back and not govern Gaza anymore? Um, and can Hamas resist that pressure? It doesn't have those hostages to hold as you know, as one of its weapons in this war. So right now, it looks like the Israelis have the upper hand. We'll just have to see how things proceed as they talk through these really intricate issues of first disarming and then moving to clear the rubble and begin to rebuild. And that is going to take a long time.
Back in Washington, the president making those tours in the Middle East, but back in Washington, the government shutdown continues, nearing that 2 week marker, day 13 right now. This week has been seen as critical for so many aspects. The main sticking point: military members would start missing paychecks. How crucial is this week, and do you foresee an end to the shutdown being wrapped up this week, or what's the path forward now?
Well, Donald Trump is not the first president to be glad for an excuse to escape Washington and domestic politics, where he can go and be a hero in another part of the world, which is pretty much what has happened this weekend. He is going to have to return, though, to Washington, and the shutdown continues. Um, Regular employees, not just military people, are going to miss their paychecks tomorrow. And barring some transfer of money, which seems to be in the works. Maybe military people get paid on Wednesday, maybe they don't. Uh, but even if they get paid on Wednesday, 2 weeks from now, it will be very hard to pay them. And so the pressure is building really on both parties. But it does seem right now that at least the American people see this as something that the Republicans are doing for ideological purposes to shrink the size of government. And they may begin to put some pressure on the administration to begin talking to the Democrats about coming up with some compromise on healthcare premiums and then getting Washington back to work and getting paychecks coming back into American households, who, by the way, spend those paychecks in the real economy. And so all of us eventually get affected by the fact that nobody has money to pay for the goods and services that they're usually paying for.
Yeah, trickle down effect type situation when it comes to that government shutdown. So, Dr. Nelson, thank you so much, as always, for your insight and your time.
Thank you, Justin.